Hello, welcome to RF Insights. This is market highlights, going through some wireless and RF news for Canada and abroad. So the date that these news were gathered are for September 29, 2025. The top stories: 5G testing lab for startups comes to Ottawa. To help continue Ottawa's competitive edge in network research and development, some of the major players in the region have developed new living lab. This one will allow startups and other companies access to carrier-grade advanced networking infrastructure to test their products with. Well, this is interesting because in Ottawa there is a big industry or technology park in Canada that hosts a lot of these very famous companies like Ericsson and Nokia. Nortel used to be there, but not anymore. And if there is such a big lab, for sure the startups can use it to test their equipment, and I think it's a very, very interesting idea. So it says an undisclosed amount of funding for this project comes from CENGEN, Canada's Centre of Excellence in Next Generation Networks, which is supported by $45 million in federal funding. Its goal is to set up areas in Canada to foster technological innovation like 5G lab. It's working to create 8 labs. It has already established 3 others that focus on defense, smart mobility, and agriculture. It's definitely interesting news for RF engineers in Canada and in Ottawa. This lab can be very useful. The new 5G lab is powered by Ericsson, which has had a huge research and development division in Ottawa for years. There is actually a fairly large telecommunications sector in Ottawa in general, with Nokia, TSMC, Cisco, and others all within a few blocks on the city's western edge. As I said, it's in Canada. Okay, let's move on. Leasing internet from Telecom an opportunity, but owning fiber preferred. Bell. Owning fiber preferred. Bell's chief financial officer said Thursday that leasing internet from Telecom in Western Canada is not out of the cards, but that owning the infrastructure is preferred for cash flow. Yeah, I understand. Of course, owning it is better than leasing it. Yeah, this is a story of this battle between these telecom giants that Canada is becoming a tragic comedy these days. Bell to expand enhanced wireless service in over 200 communities. That's good news. I mean, there are lots of remote communities, considering the vastness of Canada and the areas that are densely populated are mostly focused or located in a very narrow band close to the US border, and the vast majority of the Canadian land is very, very sparsely populated, and some of these remote populations don't have access to internet, and this one is definitely a good news. Bringing internet, it brings education, it brings a lot of other opportunities for these remote communities. It's always interesting. Canada hopes to build a sovereign cloud to counter US dominance. It won't be easy. Yeah, of course it's not easy. The Beta Kid podcast channel. This is from the Beta Kid podcast channel. Yeah, so considering the recent, political developments between U.S. and Canada, and the fact that Canada is spending, has boosted his spending on the military, this is definitely one of the things that should be on the top of the list to address. Uh, not to be dependent to any foreign country, especially the U.S. on this. Should be on top of the list. Ottawa planning refreshed AI strategy, data protection bill. The federal government is putting together a task force to guide its next steps on artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence minister Evan Solomon is promising an update to the government's AI strategy. Yeah. TELUS bringing pure fiber services to Sylvan Lake via 40 million investment by F3 Networks. Well, I'm not interested to read that, to reading that, Bell expand wireless network coverage in New Brunswick. I'm surprised that all of it is not covered already. Sasktel and Deloitte team up to build artificial intelligence hub. Yeah, these days is the AI hype, I would say. And everybody is trying to integrate it into their networking, into the services that they offer to the public, and so on. More WestJet aircraft to get free Wi-Fi powered by Starlink, tell us, by end of the year. This is interesting because these Wi-Fi on the plane using satellite communications. There used to be other options before Starlink that didn't really have good capacity and good speed, and in some cases it wasn't even a real-time internet. It was just something that was offloaded to the airplane when the airplane was landed somewhere. But now Starlink is really, really useful for this, and here it says WestJet will offer free in-flight Wi-Fi on more flights starting later this year. The airline is working with TELUS to deliver a Starlink satellite internet service on flights. We already knew about that partnership, which was first announced back in 2024. Earlier this year, WestJet upgraded 16 of its planes with the new Wi-Fi experience. It's good news for passengers and also for SpaceX, more customers. Cybersecurity Center warns of sophisticated threat targeting Cisco equipment. 5G Telecom. I just don't want to make this video too long, so I am looking for interesting topics to read more. 5G connections to hit 9 billion by 2030. Okay, Germany's 6G Next project concludes after 3 years of research. Well, it says the 6G Next research project has concluded after 3 years of work exploring next generation network concepts and demonstrating applications in live test environments. Anyways, let's go to the next topic. The extension of voice in the AI era. The top-line messaging from Qualcomm's Snapdragon Summit was clear. Enable AI everywhere through the high-performance, power-efficient silicon used in a broad range of product categories. Smartphones, of course, but also PCs, vehicles, wearables, and XR devices. Extension of voice in the AI era. I don't really understand. This topic is very confusing, and this text really didn't give me any idea what the news is. I mean, I don't know why they write it this way. Wi-Fi 8 will be foundational connectivity fabric for the AI era. Whether for personal device constellations or industrial automation, reliability has become as important as throughput. This is what Wi-Fi 8 will deliver. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like more a marketing pitch to me than anything real. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, let's move on. Let's see if we can find anything more interesting. I don't understand some of these terms, so I just don't want to go through them, you know. Telecommunication is like an ocean, like very vast and very deep, and there are very few people that are familiar with all these topics. Public safety. FirstNet Authority focus increases on Capitol Hill. There's a growing consensus that Congress should vote to reauthorize the FirstNet Authority prior to its sunset date in February 2027. I don't know what FirstNet is, so I'm sorry, I'm just gonna skip that. Survey projects public safety AI adoption jump. Public safety's use of artificial intelligence technology is expected to increase significantly during the next 5 years. Yeah, of course, I can imagine, you know, the face recognition technology could be used everywhere, you know, so it's also somehow concerning because it increases the power in hand of these governments to surveil people. I don't know what kind of reaction should I have to that. CRTC finally wants to hear from you on cell and internet outages. Okay. Wi-Fi connectivity problems persist for 2/3 of Americans. Oh my god, it's too much. The State of Home Connectivity 2025, a survey from a Gentic artificial intelligence firm, finds that Wi-Fi problems still are widespread and disruptive. Yeah, I used to have Wi-Fi problems like a few years ago. Like I didn't get good connections on top floors, and like I had to like move the router around the house, find a good spot. And I was thinking of buying some Wi-Fi repeaters for the you know, 3rd floor, but I didn't do that. But now it's much better with the new modem that I got and the fiber that came to my house. I don't have any issues with Wi-Fi, knock on wood. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and we'll see you in other videos. Have a good time.